Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM Jellicoe, and you're watching episode 39 of the Dafuge Challenge with Enfield Town FC. Well, Billericay Town is 14 points ahead, so they're getting the automatic promotion spot no matter what. We've fallen from second to fourth, and we're tied with Wrexham at 68 points. Kettering Town is a point ahead of us. Wimbledon is 2 points ahead of us. How did this happen? After our 2-0 win at Bromley, we drew at Dulwich Hamlet. This was... I can't explain it. I mean, we tied 1-1, and it took an 89th minute Tom Ashton goal for us to even get the tie. And this is after Craig Slater was sent off in the 18th minute. Dulwich Hamlet, who is in the relegation zone, was a man down for 72 minutes of the game, and we just couldn't capitalize on it. 8 shots, 5 on target. Didn't even have the possession advantage. I mean, I yelled some more. I had my son come down here and pitch a fit in my favor. No go. Then we went to middle of the table Gateshead, and they absolutely thumped us 5-1. Zakuani had a hat-trick goals in the second, 86th, and 88th minute. Mampala had a 4th minute goal. Massey had a 40th minute goal. Ashton had a 56th minute goal to break up the clean sheet. Technically, they were just better than us. They had more shots. They had more on target. They had more clear-cut chances, more half chances. And frankly, the last 2 Zakuani goals were just... I've seen it happen before, where you give up 2 goals really, really quick, and, you know, it turned a 3-1 game into a 5-1 game. It was just... I mean, the score could have been more. They had like 3 woodwork hits, too. We got ourselves right by going away to Newport County and shutting them out 3-0. Janai Gordon with a goal, Tom Ashton with a goal, Sedwin Scott with a goal, all before the first half was up. Callum Ellesley went out with a leg injury that kept him out for a couple weeks. I thought it was going to be worse. It was one of those where you saw another player kind of run into him, the dots connected, and then the red cross came up and he was immediately pulled off. But this was a nice game for us. Newport County had more shots, but they didn't have any clear-cut chances. And they had a lot more long shots than we did. The fact that each of our strikers got on the board was very, very nice. Sedwin Scott had a really good game. He had 2 assists as well. And then we were away at Harrogate Town. They are fighting to get into the promotion playoff, and they beat us. Janai Gordon had a 4th minute goal. It looked like things were going well for us. Then Carl Burnett had a brace for Harrogate, 24th and 41st minute goals. We had more shots on target. We had more clear-cut chances. We had more half chances. They had a bunch of long shots. We even had the possession advantage, but for whatever reason, we just could not put it together. Our passing this game was absolutely atrocious. Well, okay, that's too strong. Our passing this game wasn't as good as it has been. You know, I rely on a more direct passing game. So the players will loft the ball 15, 20, 30 yards down the field, kind of within the general area of one of my players, who will then run over and get it. And this time, they couldn't find anybody in a white jersey. It kept going to Harrogate Town players. I don't know if they were afflicted by color blindness or what, but it was just... And this keeps up, and I have to buy a mouthpiece because I'm grinding my teeth so freaking much. In our favor, we have had some really good home crowds. The Bromley game and the Harrogate game were both over 1,000. And we're expecting a good crowd for the Dover Athletic game as well. Well, I'll be honest, you may want to have a tissue or a cloth or something handy, because this was the Enfield Town Youth Candidate intake this year. And oh my God, it was horrible. So today we are taking on mid-table Dover Athletic and bottom of the table York City. I'm going to set my best 11 for the Dover Athletic game, and we will come back for that in a minute. Now today we are hosting Dover Athletic, and we are playing our 3-4-3 with Hilson in goal, Barber, Lomas, and Elston as the defensive back three, Bentley, Grayson, Robinson, and Allen as the midfield four, with Ashton, Gordon, and Scott up top. On our bench we have Bamba, Thelastis, Hone, English, and Hooper. Dover Athletic is playing a 4-4-2 with Ward in goal, Benham, Williams, Odesina, and Passley as the defensive back four, Kalala, Nelson, Burridge, and Green as the midfield four, with Thomas and Newell up top. On their bench they have Cooper, McGinnis, Jones, Udo, and Cool. Now this may look a little different because I'm playing this on my laptop instead of the monitor. And my laptop actually has better resolution than the monitor, but I had to scale things up. So we'll see how it looks. Eight minutes in, Allen with a throw-in to Scott. Back to Allen. Up to Gordon, who taps it back to Scott. To Grayson, who gives it up to Nelson on Dover Athletic. Dover Athletic gives it back up to Allen. Scott rushes through the line to get the long pass. Back to Ashton, and he is in for the goal. That was a lucky break, but I'll take it. That was nice. Now, a lot of our passes in our past 3 or 4 games have been kind of that nature, but they've been going right to the opposing team. Oh, Barber takes the ball away, sends it up to Gordon, taps over to Scott, who feeds Ashton again, but his shot goes wide left. And that 5-1 game was demoralizing too. I don't know, No, Ashton getting the pass, centers it in, and it's kicked high. It's probably headed over the crossbar, I should say. I had to take a break from the game for a little while after that. That was just... it's fun when you're able to do it to the other team. It's horrible when it happens to you. Ward sends it forward, but Lomas is right there. Sends it up to Grayson, but his pass is errant. Goes to Odesuna, who kicks it to Newell, who takes one shot, and Hilson deflects it, but it goes right back to Newell, and he scores. Well, Hilson got the first one. That second effort looked kind of weak, but I'm trying not to be too judgy. Corner kick for Dover, and they score. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Come on, guys. Let's demand a little more here. Elston just picked up a yellow. Grayson's not having the best game, which is unusual for him. He's usually pretty solid. But Dover Athletic has definitely been the better team. 7 shots, 5 on target. About 10 minutes before half. Yes, we will mark Newell. Hilson to Elston. Launches it forward towards Scott, who gets the ball. Nice. To Gordon. And Gordon heads it over the bar. That was That was a good chance for us, but Hilson to Barber. To Grayson. Taps it up to Bentley. Back to Barber, who kicks another long ball to Ashton. That was nice. To Gordon, and Gordon scores. Now that's Enfield Town football right there. Don't know if I'd call it exactly Route 1, maybe Route 1A. It's a nice assist by Gordon. Nice assist by Ashton, rather. Good finish by Gordon. Can we get another one back? Bentley with the throw-in. Grayson to Bentley. Al Birch stepped in front of it. Kicks it up to Newell. Dover Athletic. Oh, Newell's pass was errant. Allen got it to Grayson, who sends it up to Ashton. To Gordon. Oh, off the post. Woodwork save for them. Well, we're definitely getting our shots. We're going to bring English on in place of Grayson. Moving left to right now. That was an interesting, almost part of a highlight. Okay. We're not tackling hard. We will stop green. If I have to, I will take both Elston and Lomas off here. I can only take one of them off. I thought for sure Hone could play a defensive back, but he can't. So we will bring Bama on in place of Lomas. The drop-off between those two isn't as great as the drop-off would be from Elston to Bamba. Oh, scrum in the center. Hilson with a couple of nice saves. Corner kick again. Knocked away. Scott has it. Sends it up kind of towards Gordon. Can Gordon get there? Gordon can. Crosses it in, but no one's there. Allen's on the other side. Picks up the ball. Sends it in. And Scott hits it right at Ward, who made a nice save. Hilson up to Bamba. Sends it forward towards Ashton. He crosses it to Gordon. Gordon's surrounded to Ashton, but Ashton kicks it back up. Elston sends it up towards Allen, who heads it over to Scott, to Gordon, surrounded by a bunch of Dover Athletic players. It's kicked forward again. Can Ashton get there? Ashton saves it from going out of bounds, but Pasley kicks it up to Newell. Over to Thomas. Dispossessed by Barber. That was nice. Barber sends it back to Hilson, up to Elston, who sends it towards Gordon. He takes a shot, it's off the woodwork again. That's 2 he's had this game. Now, I think at the 80th minute, if we have to, we will go to the overload. To Ashton, and he hits the woodwork, although his was more left. We're going to go to the overload here. "20 shots, 9 on target. 3 woodwork hits, 6 clear-cut chances." You would think that would translate to more than 2 goals, but... Burridge for Dover Athletic sends it over to Jones, to Cool, to Newell, intercepted by Allen, who sends it back to Hilson. Bamba up to English, to Ashton, who sends it to Bentley, to English again, to Gordon, who's in the center. English taps up to Scott. Nice goal. I'm going to fall back to the counter now, I believe. This one touch by Scott. And I'm going to kick myself for a while over losing English. I totally forgot to sign him. As I mentioned in the last episode, I totally forgot to As I mentioned a couple episodes, I totally forgot to sign him, and he's signed a contract with Ross County. He's leaving at the end of the year, but that's on me. Last chance here. Don't give it up, boys. Barber sends it forward. McGinnis has it for Dover Athletic. Ward sends it forward towards Thomas. He heads it to Passley. Goes right to Hilson. That was a heck of a long shot. I think he was trying to pass it in for the number 11 player there for Dover. Hilson sends it forward. Ricochets off Gordon. Goes to Ashton, who sends it back to Bentley. To English. And it goes out of bounds. Ashton probably could have run after it a little bit harder, but the game's almost over. And it is over. Well, it wasn't exactly a come-from-behind victory, but that was nice. Ashton, Gordon, and Scott, all three strikers again with a goal. 23 shots, 10 on target. That was a good win, boys. I am going to tell you as much. And Brian Allen could care less. Well, that was a nice win against a mid-table team. And it moves us back into second place. Well, there's 8 teams who could conceivably be fighting for 6 spots. Bill Rickey 16 points ahead. If they haven't clinched the league by now, I'd be really, really surprised. Here's where we stand currently. 22 wins, 5 draws, 12 losses. 102 goals for, which totally leads the league by about 25. 74 goals against, which puts us 4th worst. We are playing York City next. I will skip ahead to that. We will come back after I set the best 11 and get that game out of the way. Today, we are away at York City, and they are playing a 4-4-1-1 with Simpson in goal, Gordon, Healy, Oliver, and Dickinson as the back 4, Younfie, Wharton, Empson, and Hudson as the midfield 4, Edie as the attacking midfielder behind Bastock up top. On their bench, they have Item, Wolfenden, Jones, Harker, and Miate. We are playing our 3-4-3 with Hilson in goal, Barber, Elsley, and Elston as the defensive back 3, Bentley, Grayson, Robinson, and Allen as the midfield 4, with Ashton, Gordon, and Scott up top. We have Bamba, Perry, Lomas, English, and Hooper on the bench. We are moving left to right. Throw in to Robinson. Scott. And in the crowd. Ooh, and Scott slips it by Simpson on the near post. Not quite sure that was planned. It looked like Scott lost the ball and it went right to someone else. Scott up top to Barber. Oh, and a nice long goal through a couple of defenders into the right side of the net. It wasn't raining just a second ago, was it? Did I miss that? Okay. Well, about a half hour in, we are doing quite well. 6 shots, 4 on target, 1 clear cut chance, 2 half chances, only 2 long shots. I don't know if they count the Barber goal as a long shot, but it was definitely a pretty goal. Empson with the ball, sends it up to Edie, to Bastock, who skirts all three defensive players and then slots it near post against Hilson. Oh, that was off our throw-in too. That was horrible. Oh, Hilson could have played that much better. Grayson with a kick, and it went high. That was a bullet, though. That thing was really moving. Coming up on halftime. Now, let's see here. Eldston's on a 6-3. We're going to take him off and bring on Lomas. Ashton is not having the best game either, but we'll give him a few more minutes to get things right. Moving right to left now. Barber has it, sends it to Grayson, and the highlight ends. I figure one of these episodes I'll learn to quit commentating the opening kickoff. And then, of course, when I do quit commentating on it, that's when my team or the other team scores. Now, 55 minutes in. Gordon with a throw-in for York City to Gyamfi. Back up to Gordon. Crosses in, but Barber knocks it out to Scott. Scott gives it to Allen. Back to Grayson. Oh, and Gordon was fouled. Oliver brought him down. Gordon with the penalty kick. Very nice. You know what? We're getting close to the 60-minute mark anyways. Gordon's 33rd goal this season. Wow. We're going to bring English on for Ashton. It was a nice strike by Gordon, too. Gyamfi with the corner kick in, knocked out. Tap forward, but Empson's there. Goes back to Gyamfi. Hudson's there, and Hilson with a nice block. Corner kick for York City. Gyamfi sends it in. Grayson knocks it out and then chases it down. Sends it way forward. Gordon runs out to get it. Passes it over to Scott, who's surrounded and then dispossessed by Empson, who sends it up to Bastock. And the highlight ends. That was interesting. Looked like York City was developing a pretty nice attack there. "20 minutes left in the game. Well, it seems like everybody's kind of bounced back. No one's really having a subpar game except, well, Lomas really, but that's just due to the one intercepted pass. 5 minutes left in the game. Can we hold out? Simpson, the long kick forward, goes right to Edie. To Harker, nice block by Hilson. Harker chases it down again. Sends it back up to Gordon. Over to Bastock in the center. To Jones. He was offsides. 2 minutes left. Now, there's a chance to still bottle this. Scott, was an errant pass. Was meant for Gordon, but Gordon overran it. Went to Jones, who sent it up the field, but it's too late. That is the game. Well done, boys. 14 shots, 6 on target. Well, we are back in second place. Billericay is 13 points ahead. They clinched a playoff spot 3 days ago. And I think anytime you get a defensive player with a 9.0 rating with no goals or no assists, you know he's doing something right. 13 tackles won, 5 key tackles. He hasn't turned into the problem child that O'Grady turned into, but I don't know, give it time. I'm going to make the assumption, and I know what happens when you assume, believe me, that we are going to be in the playoffs. And our next live comp is going to be our playoff match. Plus, that gives us the opportunity to have a playoff live comp. Well, some nice home crowds, back-to-back wins against some fairly solid teams, and the fact that nobody has been seriously injured for a decent amount of time, I think we're back in control of our destiny. Frankly, it would take a collapse of epic proportions, which by all means is entirely possible, for us to fall out of the playoffs. I think once we're in the playoffs, we stand a good chance of a good run. At this point, I'm not going to be surprised if we get promoted to League 2. I'm not going to be upset if we don't. That said, the last 6 games are going to be a good indicator of how far we have to go and what we have to do to get there, I think. But all in all, we've had a very, very good season, and it's something for everybody to be proud of. If you liked what you see and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM18. I thank you for watching.